What's going on, everybody? And another day in the market, another exciting day in the market, especially after Fed minutes. We actually were flat, which was good to see. We did get a bit of a pop this morning, which is a position I did short because there was a lot of worry on essentially pricing in rate raises starting now, essentially for March. We did have Fed members come out today and essentially reiterate that they're looking at March as being that first rate raise. But we have to see how that's going to play out. We'll know more towards the end of the month. We do have earnings also coming towards the end of the month, so it's going to be interesting how that plays out. We're going to get a lot of volatility. That's just what's going to happen. The market is essentially waiting on every whim from the Fed. Again, I believe after that first rate raise, we're going to see, I think we're going to see a pullback at that point even further, and then possibly even start to push at that point. It really just depends on the Fed. I mean, that's what we're doing day to day is what the Fed has in store. We know it's coming. Again, yesterday was sticker shock. Today was digestion. Tomorrow is Friday. We're going to see what is going to happen. The market bounced, but is very weak, and it's still under, as you can see, under daily, which is normal. Something I've talked about this pattern multiple times. Once you get a break of support, it did almost hit the 50. It does retest the 20, which it did today. It could not break that, and then we're starting to see some selling. So tomorrow will be interesting to see if we're back down here at the 46.60 mark. If we are and that breaks, we could be in for a little bit of some selling at that point. But we could even possibly gap down over this. Again, typically this was such a big move, and to see just this weak bounce, this bounce was really weak. Not to say that you had individual ones, your stronger stocks, your Teslas, your Googles bounce well, and some of your banks and some of your value stocks bounce really well. But then everything just died out, and then the strength went away, and everything started selling towards close here. So we want to see how we open tomorrow. Jobs is going to be big tomorrow. Jobs could potentially move us in one direction or another. Again, that data really doesn't matter too much, I think. That's also been stated. The Fed feels that the economy is extremely strong. Yes, the Omicron variant is out there, but it's not that big of a threat. So being said, it's going to be interesting to see. I think once we start getting earnings, people might feel a little better. I think ultimately that is the ultimate gauge is earnings, how companies are ultimately doing. Are people saving more money? Are people spending more? Yes, we get random data every week on these kinds of things, but consumer confidence and stuff like that. But we have to see what is going to happen tomorrow. So going into tomorrow, I don't really have a big list. Again, I think you should really stick with the big names right now. Your Teslas, your Googles, Amazon, Facebook has been doing really well as well. I had a monster move today. It keeps breaking back through these daily supports like they're nothing, which is something I don't really like, but it's kind of been a safe haven, starting to push back up. This might be the play tomorrow. I know oil or chips as well, ASML, one I'm watching, has earnings in 2 weeks. See if it has a comeback. It's hit against that 200 moving average. I want to see if this comes back down and tries to retest that. So I want to take a look at some chips tomorrow. Roblox also try to make a comeback. It is selling though after hours. Again, it really just depends. I don't like coming out with a watch list on Fridays because, especially with a weak market like this, because we're probably more likely going to see some selling tomorrow. It's waiting for that base to develop and then go from that point, or typically short the pump and then wait for the base to get your calls. So that's essentially what I'm looking at. Tesla, Google, I think your big ones. Facebook's another big one. Amazon's still struggling. What I don't like is Microsoft and Apple look really weak. Apple's breaking that 20, retested 20. I expect Apple to come down to the 167 mark. Will be good for a good entry, a good bounce there intraday, more than likely. What's happening is you're going to have to essentially almost take profit as soon as you do get it, because it doesn't last very long in this market. I don't like that Microsoft broke the 316 mark. I've been really struggling today. Again, that 200 daily is way down here at the 295 mark. I think you could possibly even visit that. We do have a lower low here, which is not good, because this Microsoft has been very strong through a lot of this past year, and it's really starting to break down and very fast. So we definitely have to see how that goes. I'm going to keep this video short today because, again, I don't like doing watch lists. I'll get more into that during the weekly updates. But short and sweet. Just be mindful of what's going on. Watch the leaders in the industries. Watch the market in itself. See where it is. See where the banks are. The banks are still really strong, which is good to see. They need to keep being strong if you want the index to stay up. Bitcoin's still sitting at a good spot. It's not worrisome yet. It's getting close to that point, but it's not there yet. So we'll have to see. So if you made it this far, remember to hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't done so. Until next time, I'll see you guys later.